A lone knight, battle-worn and weary, approaches the formidable gates of Avalon under the vast sky. He anticipates a hero's welcome, unaware of the unsettling silence that blankets the kingdom. The imposing gates loom closer, their grandeur stark against the eerie calm. An unsettling stillness hangs in the air as the knight halts before the silent gates of Avalon. The knight awaits, his triumphant return overshadowed by an inexplicable, heavy silence. Avalon's courtyard lies in smoldering ruin, a stark testament to recent devastation. Amidst the desolation, a lone knight arrives, a figure of grim resolve. He dismounts, his heavy boots echoing on the cracked stone. With a determined glint in his eyes, he draws his sword, the steel flashing in the dim light. The knight's face is set, a mask of grim determination as he prepares to face whatever horrors remain. Sword in hand, he stands ready, a solitary beacon of defiance against the backdrop of ruin. The desecrated throne room of Avalon stands in silent witness to what has been lost. He kneels amidst the ruins, the weight of the empty pedestal bearing down on his soul. He examines the scene, each detail a painful reminder of the treasures now gone. A profound sense of loss washes over him as the reality of his failure sinks in. In the desolate Avalon library, dust dances in the sunbeams, illuminating the destruction. Elias cowers, his eyes wide with terror, hidden behind a fortress of fallen books. His voice trembles as he whispers, "They came like wolves in the night, slew everyone, took the sword, the shield." His eyes glint with paranoia. It was a betrayal, from within. Sunlight streams through the dense canopy as a knight threads through the silent, watchful forest. A flashback unveils the knight's past, a younger, fiercer version sparring with a master swordsman, movements precise. Before a regal king, the knight kneels, his oath echoing through the hallowed halls of Avalon. The weight of responsibility settles heavily upon his shoulders, a burden etched into his determined gaze. A lone knight faces a band of raiders in a rugged mountain pass, their eyes burning with dark intent. Steel clashes, the mountain air vibrates with the sounds of battle as the night becomes a whirlwind of skill and courage. One by one, the raiders succumb to the knight's relentless assault, their numbers dwindling with each fallen body. With the last raider defeated, the knight presses his sword against the raider's throat, demanding answers about Mordath. Under the cloak of night, the knight silently slips into Mordath's ominous fortress, a lone shadow against the stone. Flickering torches cast eerie shadows, revealing the fortress's ancient, foreboding architecture. He peers into the heart of the fortress and witnesses Mordath, surrounded by dark sorcerers, plotting around a rune-covered table. Mordath gestures wildly, his face twisted with dark ambition as he reveals his sinister plot to conquer Avalon. Mordath is revealing his sinister plot to conquer Avalon. The dark sorcerers listen intently, their faces grim as Mordath unveils his plans. In Mordath's treasury, a knight's determined gaze fixes upon the sword and shield, held captive by shimmering magical restraints. His hand reaches toward the sword's hilt, drawn by an unseen force. From the shadows, Mordath materializes, a sinister grin twisting his features. Mordath's presence fills the treasury, his dark aura cutting through the knight's resolve. Mordath's voice echoes through the chamber. So, the last night arrives. Within Mordath's treasury, a furious duel erupts as steel clashes against dark magic. Mordath's gestures ignite with dark magic, crackling ominously around his fingertips. The knight, unwavering, parries each magical assault with skillful precision. The treasury echoes with the sounds of clashing steel, each strike resonating with raw power. Arcane energy hums, filling the chamber with an electric tension. In a swift display of skill, the knight seizes Mordath's sword and shield. The clash of steel rings through the treasury. Cornered and consumed by rage, Mordath launches a desperate assault. The knight raises his shield, the resounding thud echoing through the treasury as he deflects Mordath's blow. Mordath stumbles backward, a mortal wound now visible on his armor. The knight advances, his sword gleaming under the treasury's dim light, ready to strike the final blow. Mordath collapses to his knees, the weight of his impending doom heavy upon him. The knight, a solitary figure in worn armor, explodes from the fortress gates into the unforgiving mountain pass. Mordath's relentless forces surge forth, a tide of steel and fury unleashed in pursuit. The knight, with intimate knowledge of the terrain, skillfully leads his pursuers deeper into the treacherous landscape. With calculated precision, he triggers a hidden tripwire, unleashing a cascade of rocks upon the advancing soldiers. The knight lies in wait, An ambush sprung from behind a cluster of jagged boulders, arrows flying and swords clashing in a brief, violent storm. He melts back into the wilderness, leaving chaos and confusion to reign in his wake. Amidst the dense forest, a wounded knight stumbles, each step a testament to his exhaustion. His grip tightens on the sword and shield, the cold metal a stark contrast to his sweaty palms. Visions of fallen comrades haunt him, their spectral faces flickering between the trees. The faces of those he failed to protect flash before his eyes, a constant reminder of his failures. Each step is a struggle, the weight of his armor growing heavier with every breath. He continues his grim journey, driven forward by duty, haunted by despair. Against the backdrop of a starless night, the knight's silhouette emerges, a solitary figure returning to Avalon. He raises his sword and shield high, their surfaces catching the faint moonlight. A small garrison of defenders stands guard, their faces etched with weariness, their resolve unwavering. A cheer erupts from the defenders, their hope rekindled at the sight of the returning knight. Hope surges through the weary ranks as they see the knight. The knight stands as a beacon of hope, his return signaling renewed strength for Avalon. In the majestic Avalon throne room, a knight stands resolute, his armor bearing the marks of countless battles. He advances toward the pedestal, each step echoing with the weight of his solemn duty. With gentle reverence, he lays his sword upon the pedestal, its polished surface gleaming in the dim light. Next, the knight places his shield upon the pedestal, completing the symbolic act of surrender. The knight stands tall, a living testament to Avalon's enduring spirit, despite the weariness etched upon his face. Under the pale dawn, the knight stands as a solitary figure against the ravaged walls of Avalon, his face a canvas of somber reflection. Though the kingdom is weakened, a steely glint ignites within his eyes, promising resilience. In a moment of profound resolve, he vows to rebuild and protect it, his words echoing with unwavering commitment. His vow hangs in the air, a solemn promise to restore Avalon to its former glory. As dawn breaks, the Avalon gate stands slightly ajar, a silent testament to battles fought and challenges overcome. The last knight stands as a sentinel, a figure of unwavering resolve against the pale morning light. His stance is firm, the enduring guardian prepared to confront whatever shadows may emerge. He is a symbol of hope, the final bastion against encroaching darkness. The knight remains vigilant, the eternal guardian of Avalon.